Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the interruption. I hit a button wrong and canceled my first video, but this is a continuation that I would put together from the first video. So, proceeding that she filed for child support at the juvenile court system here in Memphis, Tennessee, I concluded in hiring an attorney in which I paid the attorney $2,000 to represent me, to help me to show the court that I supported my wife. Remember, this is still my wife. Now, she has the okay and the authority, which I have read that she can file for child support. I understand that. On the grounds of not being supported. But she was being supported by her husband, which is me. And we proceeded to the court. The attorney first said that she had a case that she won't make it to the first court appearance, in which, before I paid her, she did everything and said everything. I'm going to represent you. I'm going to take care of this here for you. And when I presented payment to her, then her story changed. That she gave me a letter to take to the court, knowing that the judge gonna set an order anyway until she comes to court. Now my question came about is, has she ever tried any cases in that court? And I filed to the Board of Responsibilities on my attorney to state that she did not represent me and didn't argue the case and didn't file for an appeal on the case. Her only words was that just pay your child support. And I said, this is not right. So I continued to pay. The judge ordered in the first end of the case to send $598 to the child support reciprocating unit in Nashville. Now you have to pay attention, because all this is being orchestrated to set up and to demand. No one, not one person, argued the fact that I supported my children and my wife, and still is. The judge looked at my case, looked at my information, and he did not omit how much money I was supporting my wife. He ordered that I pay $635 in child support a month for 2 children, which I understand, and a arrearage of $6,448. The state attorney argued that fact to the judge, and the judge's name is David Ferguson, magistrate they call him. She argued the point that Mr. Converse don't owe the state and don't owe his wife anything. it's time for her to get a job and assist with the children and aid with the children. Well, the judge, in order for to put what he put in to the state, he omitted my paperwork holding evidence, the proof that showed that I took care of her and was still taking care of her. She went to juvenile court because she wanted more income tax. Well, she took the children, so it wasn't no more income tax for me. She was filing the kids and was getting the money. Where I'm gonna get $4,000 and $5,000 just by myself in income tax? I'm thinking that she was going to file for divorce, and this would happen. Continuing on, in the judge ruling, what I just showed you, that the attorney that I hired state and agrees with what the judge ordered. She signed the paperwork knowing that she can file an appeal. Soon as we walk out the courtroom, we should have filed an appeal against that judge order. But it didn't happen. I filed a complaint to the Board of Judicial Conduct. They sent me this letter back stating that the judge was not an active judge in juvenile court. I wrote letters to the representatives who make the laws in Nashville to file a complaint against the judge. They pulled up the website of juvenile court here in Memphis, Tennessee to look for the judge. His whole web page was down, taken away, deleted. He wasn't even mentioned in the juvenile court system. But remember, the paperwork shows his name. Someone pulled this order from me, a reliable source, because no one had the order. Only thing I was operating on was a worksheet that I thought was the order. My responsibility has increased, but my income hasn't. It actually has gone down. I have been suffering. I lost my home. They done took away a lot of money from me. They have seized, put a lien on my checking account. They have taken my income tax. They are randomly scanning my social security number. They have completed all my assets for as my ability to live. My children called me the other day. They are homeless without a home because I was their supporter. My job has rules and policy that we should keep insurance and driver license. They have sent a letter in the mail, and when they send you letters in the mail, it always come on a Friday evening, so you could be frustrated all during the weekend to see and provoke my license, which I need to go to work in. Now, we talking about just child support now. Okay, you got my income tax. You done seized my checking account twice. You've been taking money out of it. I called my wife to find out where she get the money. She wasn't getting anything. Where is the money going? But just the justice system that we live under, if we can't get justice for ourselves with the government of Tennessee, where we going to get it from? And it angers me. I done talked with Senator Stephen Finch, a representative that's supposed to be in my district. None of them did not back me up or did not state that they didn't have anything to do with that court system. I tried calling the radio station. I talked to the news media. No one don't want to interview me to show my proof of my support of my wife. And the Department of Human Services is the ones who orchestrating this. They done falsified documents to my bank. They falsifying documents to the Internal Revenue Service. And this is a borderline of treason because they using me and my children for to get money from us. Now, if they just done me like this, and I'm a big supporter of the law, imagine about the ones who don't have the power to fight back. I tried writing to I called the United States Supreme Court, and they say only for them to hear the case, it has to be denied here in the state of Tennessee. So on November the 30th, I will be going back to court because I filed for a modification. You can't file for no hearing or rehearing after your court date. It's set up to capture you. They suspend my license. My license have never been suspended under this type of behavior. I got in trouble back in 1997. I paid my respect, and I still respect the law, and I made a plea to myself that my license is nothing else going to be taken away from me by doing wrong. And for this juvenile court system, this judge omitting information, hiding stuff, the Department of Human Services just has been harassing me to the point of no return. Who they care about? You saying you trying to force me to pay child support? You don't have to force me to pay no child support. I'm respectable, and I know a whole lot of people, and people know me. I'm genuine, and I believe in doing the right thing. But for them to treat me like I'm a deadbeat dad, I'm a husband and a father. They don't have no respect for the marriage license of Tennessee. The Department of Human Services may possibly be hiding, withholding information, paperwork that what kind of systems my wife was on, and she married. Now, who's breaking the law? The Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Department of Justice need to go in Nashville and juvenile court here in Memphis and Maxima on Mendenhall and seize their account. Find out how many people that they are doing this to and using our social security number to take our assets, our money from us. Only thing you can go down there and do is just tell the truth, and then you still don't have no justice. This is wrong, and if the law is set up like that for the not to help you, just to incriminate you, then it shouldn't even be no law. I'm posting this video to let everybody know. Since the local media don't want to file against their friends down at juvenile court and the Department of Human Services in Nashville, well then maybe CNN and other news stations will pick this up on how the injustice and the behavior of the people here in this state using the laws for their benefit. They go home where I'm going. Their children is secure. What's their social security number? Why don't they release their social security number for to use mine? They got all my information. They got all my accounts, all my access. Now, who's the criminal? I'm signing off. I'll be back on to post another video of what happens at the juvenile court. I'm going to re-enter and re-omit my information of my wife and children. I'm not a lawyer and I'm not an attorney. I'm a husband and I'm a father. And I love my children and I love her children. And I took care of them to the best of my ability. This year in 2015, I worked up until I finally got my high school diploma. I had to go back to school to get my diploma because it was the right thing to do. And now I'm in the process of trying to go back to school for to better myself and get a better job because I'm tired of these dead-end jobs that I've been doing. Now, I've been working since I got out of school, and I was able to keep a job without an even high school diploma. My wife got a high school diploma. Up under this welfare system, this child support system, it hinders them from going forward and moving forward. There's a lot of mothers, a lot of wives out there working 1 and 2 jobs to support their children. It's not right for mine to sit back and work and live off of my labor and hard work and live off the state. And the state needs to stop allowing these people to continue on abusing and misusing the system. I thank you, and I'll be in touch. This is Mr. Al. They call me DJ Razzmatazz. Signing off.